welcome in, Pirate fans, to tonight's podcast with Coach Rob Woodward. Coach, congratulations on your win. And I'm going to let you talk about it, but the thing that kind of want to just kind of point out that was the pretty much summed up the game was when there was a fake punt and they had to get the first down, and our guys just pursued and blew it up. And I thought that was like just the overall theme of the game. What was your thoughts?
Well, on that particular play, I don't realize it. It's a play that's away from the sidelines, and I didn't really get to see it. But as I watched our end zone copy of the film, Nick Parsley was an absolute animal flying down the line of scrimmage. I mean, his speed was so key to him getting there and making that play and making that tackle. And that was huge. It was a huge play with that. But that, for me, Gene, the play of the game was, I guess 2 or 3 plays of the game was, we turned the ball over to start the second half. And they get the ball inside the 10 and get all the way down to the 3. I think it was second goal from the 3. And, they had a false start penalty and backed them up there. But our defense just, again, you're going back to Columbus Academy game, and they had the ball inside the 10. Our defense did not allow them in the end zone, only allowed them to give up a field goal there. And I think that was just so important to the game. And we turned the ball over again next possession, and again, defensively, they're able to rise up and pick off in a pass and really cause us to be able to flip the field, and that's when it all started right there.
Coach, all the playoffs, maybe not so much the first one, but the last 3 for sure. It seems like the defense gets stronger when the game is coming to a close. It just seems like they get faster for some reason.
I tell you, our strength and conditioning has been just phenomenal this year. I gotta really give to the kids the work that they put in, all throughout the season, but especially during season. Here we are, week 15, and it's all a result of what we've been doing throughout. I mean, you don't have this kind of strength and speed week 15 unless you're doing something weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, those weeks during that season, you're either gaining, or you have to be either gaining or maintaining. And our guys, I really feel, have been gaining strength throughout this entire season, and it's carrying them through here in the playoffs.
Coach, before we go on to the next game, was there anything on film that maybe fans didn't see that you'd like to point out?
Just Jeremy Cooper was absolutely phenomenal. Him and C.J. Hall in the interior of that defensive line. A lot of times you can't see it. You see maybe what the ends or linebackers do, and those guys played extremely well too, the ends and linebackers. But C.J. Hall and Jeremy Cooper down inside both graded out double digits and made phenomenal plays. Cooper initiated the forced fumble there that Xander Carmichael was once able to jump on once we flipped the field. And then I mentioned Nick Parsley's speed on the outside. Bryson Keeney had a huge play when there was a drop snap on a punt that the quarterback took off and was able to come down and put a big hit on there as well. Those are just all really important plays throughout the game that you kind of overlook maybe at times, or maybe you don't see the job that some of them do there in inside parts of the game. But those were some key players there, and I commented with our team and mentioned a little bit in the paper Justin Sayers, who has played a backup role throughout the entire year on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, but he has embraced that role and done exactly what he needs to do to keep him right in the mix and just keep getting stronger and stronger. And lo and behold, look at the touchdown catch that's made in the state semifinal game to send us on to the state championship. What an outstanding throw and catch. I mean, Trent Sayers threw that up off his back foot and put it right where it needed to be.
And now, here we are. Week 15, Coach, you got to be excited. I know that you still have business to get to. What are the Pirates looking at here?
Well, we again face another run-heavy team. Matter of fact, more run-heavy than we've seen the last 2 weeks. I think as we watched 4 playoff games, the ball was thrown twice over those 4 playoff games. Sophomore fullback that really runs the ball well. But this is best the offensive line in terms of how they come off the ball that we've seen collectively, I think, really do a good job of firing off the line of scrimmage. What they've shown has been very one-dimensional, but you can tell the parts are there. Quarterback's there, 6'5", backside tight end that can obviously take off vertically if need be. One of the running backs has got a little more of an outside presence than the main fullback that continues to carry the ball about 40 times a game. But to me, it's the old Ironton two-tight full house. They happen to put a guy in the wing a little bit and occasionally kind of get in a little bit of an unbalanced formation, but it's the wing T offense. It's exactly what we've seen. I mean, each week has just been kind of preparing us for this game, this contest against a big offensive front, stout fullback. Quarterback does a good job running it, and then speed on the defensive side of the ball is really something that jumps out at us on film. The linebackers are very fast. Secondary, they run 3 deep coverage that does a good job of. Free safety seems to be extremely athletic and speedster that can really fly to both sides of the field. So they have some good defensive linemen up front that do a good job of holding their own up the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a tough task for us, but it's something that our kids have built for all year, prepared for all year, and excited to get the opportunity to play it. As one coach mentioned to me, and I kind of never heard this phrase, but I've kind of stuck with it. You got to be in it to win it, and if you are in it, then you can win it. And so, here we are. We're in this championship ball game. And we have the opportunity to win a state championship.
Coach, thank you so much for talking with us this week, and I know you guys are excited. Any final thoughts about what we can pass on to fans as they head to Canton?
Tickets at the gates are going to be $15. They're $11 pre-sale, and those are available at the high school now. So I recommend. A portion of that goes to the schools that we're able to pre-sale, so it helps us out and saves some people some money. It's a beautiful complex up there that a lot of people may only get one opportunity to get to in their lifetime. So I hope this is a chance. Now, obviously we hope to get back here many years each year that we go out and set out for a season, but. When you get a chance and people have an opportunity to go and cheer on the Pirates in what looks to be good weather at a 3 o'clock in the afternoon ball game on a Friday, can't ask for more than the way this has kind of been set up and the opportunity that we get here. So I hope to see a lot of fans there. And if not, I know that they'll be cheering us on, rooting us on, listening on Berg Fan, and cheering on the Pirates as we. Go out to try to bring home the state title back to Southern Ohio.
Coach, I meant to ask you this earlier in this interview. It is a 3 o'clock start, so we'll be playing in the daytime, and you guys got to play in the daytime last year up at Cincinnati. Is there anything different that kids have a feel for during a day game or a night game, or is there pretty much not much of a difference at all?
It's a good question. I guess you play in a couple what seem to be day games in those week 1 and week 2s, at least the early parts of the game. It's just different in the time frame and how it all gets moved forward a little bit, but our kids will be ready and focused for the state championship. So whatever time they want to play that game, our guys will be ready. And with the travel time and everything, I'm really glad that we got it when we do.
Yeah, 3 o'clock's not bad. Coach, thanks a lot so much for speaking with Berg Fan this week, and go home and bring home the gold for us.
We'll work on that, Gene. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thanks.